In our presentation of cellular respiration, you will see a lot of key terms. Here, our first key term, electrons. They are represented in chocolate chips. Carbon are purple gummies, hydrogen, orange gummies, oxygen, red gummies. We also have two types of electron carriers in this presentation, FADH2 right here and NADH. Also, you'll see ATP and sunlight.
Right now we have the products of photosynthesis. This is where you turn 6 H2O and 6 carbon dioxide into glucose and 6 oxygen molecules. We can also reverse this though and show the action of cellular respiration, which produces ATP and the byproduct of 6 carbon dioxide and 6 H2O.
What?
This here is a wild human. Like other animals, he produces ATP/energy through the process of cellular respiration. Let's go to the cellular level to see how it happens. We are now inside a body cell of Grant. This is the mitochondria of the cell where most of cellular respiration takes place. But the first step of cellular respiration, called glycolysis, takes place outside of the mitochondria. Glycolysis, which happens in the cytoplasm of the cell, is when glucose is turned into 2-pyruvate and also forms 2 ATP and the electron carrier NADH.
After the glycolysis produces 2-pyruvate, the pyruvate is then moved inside the mitochondrial matrix where it undergoes Krebs cycle along with the NADH. In this part of the Krebs cycle, we separate the CO2 from the rest of the electrons and hydrogen so that we can keep the electrons and hydrogen by themselves. Then we separate the hydrogen from their electrons and move them into the electron carriers to be used as energy later on and make the ATP. We then move the hydrogens into the intermembranous space, and then the electrons are shipped off by the electron carriers NADH and FADH2. Apart from this, we also produce 2 APT. As you can see, the electron carriers FADH2 and NADH are carried along the cristae and then are eventually stopped at a point where they go across protein channels, demonstrated right here by this zoomed in photo of the cristae. They go through these protein channels and are eventually stopped at a point where there is oxygen, and at this point, hydrogen are rushed in through this ATP synthase, and then together by the force of them moving in, combining with the electrons and the oxygen, they form H2O and 32 to 34 ATP, represented right here.
Overall, the process of cellular respiration creates a net gain of 36 to 38 ATP, which gives us usable energy. The Krebs cycle, and ETC, our body produces the energy that we need. Cellular respiration also gives us a byproduct of H2O, which is either stored in the body or sweated out, and it creates carbon dioxide, which is waste. In conclusion, without cellular respiration, we would not be able to live.